My dearest self, this is letter 3. It's been some time since we last spoke. How are you doing? How is your journey going? Remember that restlessness you felt? That desire for stillness in the midst of life's chaos? Well, I'm writing to tell you that I found a way to bring peace into my life through silence. It hasn't been easy, but every small step we've taken has brought us closer to a quieter, more peaceful existence. Remember when I told you about spending that 1 minute a day in complete silence? That tiny step opened the door to a world I'd almost forgotten existed. With each passing day, I craved more of this forgotten peace. So I began searching for ways to weave silence into the fabric of my daily life. I created a sanctuary for silence in the corner of my room, a place where I could escape the constant noise of the outside world. Thick curtains blocked out the sounds of traffic. I placed a large plant in the corner to absorb any remaining echoes, and I scattered a few soft cushions on the floor, inviting my body and soul to relax. At first, sitting in silence for even 5 minutes felt uncomfortable, like a tight band constricting my chest. But I persisted, and as the days went by, that tightness eased, replaced by a growing sense of calm. This small corner became my refuge, my island of tranquility in the vast ocean of activity. I also realized that my biggest enemy in this journey was my phone. All those buzzing notifications, the endless pings and chimes were shattering the silence, pulling my attention away from the peace I was trying to cultivate. So I turned off all non-essential notifications. I deleted social media apps that constantly demanded my attention. The hardest step was disconnecting from the digital world for an entire day every week. I call it my digital fast. For 24 hours, I switch off all my devices, surrendering myself completely to the rhythm of nature and silence. It was terrifying at first, but after 3 weeks, I began sleeping better and waking up with a clearer mind. Then I discovered the magic of deep breathing. Learning different breathing techniques led me to a whole new level of calmness. Each morning before starting work, I take 10 deep breaths. I breathe in slowly through my nose for a count of 4, hold it for a few seconds, and breathe out through my mouth in a slow, controlled manner. This practice transformed my hectic mornings into moments of serenity. And amazingly, this technique works even in the most chaotic situations. When I feel overwhelmed during a work meeting, I dedicate a minute to mindful breathing. It's like pressing a reset button for my brain. Next, I started spending time in nature, truly listening to the symphony around me. I began noticing the birds singing, the wind rustling through the trees, and the gentle murmur of the nearby stream. These natural sounds enriched my understanding of silence. They taught me that sometimes the absence of sound can be more deafening than the loudest noise. Meditation became my dance with silence, a partner that was both familiar and mysterious. I started with just 10 minutes a day, sitting quietly, closing my eyes and focusing on my breath. Despite the initial stillness, my mind soon erupted with intrusive thoughts, doubts, and worries. I learned not to fight them, but to acknowledge them and let them flow like clouds passing through the vast expanse of my mind. After each session, I recorded my experiences in a journal, documenting my journey from turbulence to inner calm. It was during this process that I learned to sit with discomfort, allowing myself to be present with whatever arose without judgment. After a month of daily practice, I began experiencing moments of profound mental silence. It was as if a thick fog had lifted, revealing a clear, cloudless sky within me. Throughout this journey, I continued writing. Every night before sleep, I wrote continuously for 5 minutes without censoring myself. My writings were filled with complaints and worries, but over time, these superficial layers peeled away, giving way to deeper, more authentic thoughts. Writing in the quiet of night became a conversation with my true self, a dialogue that I hadn't been aware of for so long. And finally, I brought silence into my relationships. I learned to pause in conversations, to truly listen instead of waiting for my turn to speak. These conscious pauses deepened my connections with others. My partner was the first to notice this change, saying, "It's like you're really hearing me for the first time." After 6 months of consistent practice, I felt ready for the ultimate test, a full day of silence. I chose a holiday for this experiment. From sunrise to sunset, I remained in complete silence. No phone calls, no conversations, no music. I began the day with a long meditation, followed by a slow walk in nature, reading and painting. The day was filled with challenges, but as the hours passed, I felt a deep sense of calm wash over me. As the sun dipped below the horizon, I realized that my mind was as clear and still as a mountain lake reflecting the night sky. Today, after a year of embracing silence, it's become an integral part of my life. I can now recognize when I need silence. When restlessness and distraction find me, I know it's time to return to my sanctuary. Every morning before the world awakens, I rise and spend 30 minutes in solitude, connecting with my true self. Even on the busiest days, I steal moments of silence. 5 minutes of deep breathing between meetings, eating without watching TV, or walking without headphones. Silence has taught me that sometimes you have to stop to move forward. It's taught me that to hear the truth, you must first quiet the outside noise. And most importantly, it's shown me that peace can be found in the stillness, if only we have the courage to listen. Thank you for listening.